In today's Power Grab segment, another Obama-backed green energy company going bankrupt. Ener1 said it is filing for Chapter 11 because it can't compete with the Chinese. Now, this company makes electric car batteries like the one in the Volt and received a $118 million stimulus grant from the Energy Department back in 2009. Yet another green energy company to go belly up despite these large bucks coming out of the White House. Remember Solyndra? Well, Congressman Tim Murphy is on the House Energy and Commerce Committee, and he wants an investigation. Congressman, good to see you. I wanted an investigation, too. What happened here?
And we should demand an investigation because Solyndra was the first strike. Then you had another company, the second strike, and now we're at the third strike. And you have to think this is more than just someone making a judgment call. This is bad policy. Keep in mind that $118 million grant came while the company was actually being evaluated for a loan. And the group that provides the loan said they're not done yet, and then suddenly this $118 million appears. Remember what happened with Solyndra,
right? When
also they were turned down for a loan, but suddenly they got the money again. So this is all part of what we really have to find out who's giving out this money. And another important point here is when the president signed the stimulus bill, he said this bill has no earmarks in it. He said, unlike legislators have put earmarks in before, it hasn't been there. And what this really points to is presidential earmarks, a pattern of presidential earmarks without accountability, right, which is losing a lot of taxpayers' money.
It turns the executive into the role that Congress is supposed to play. And even Congress shouldn't be passing out the earmarks, let alone the president. All right, we all remember when President Obama spoke at Solyndra, saying this is the best company in the world. Joe Biden, a vice president, actually spoke at this company. Let's play that tape and get your reaction.
Everyone's catching on, folks. The industry is transforming itself, and we believe Americans are ready to embrace that transition. And you folks standing right here on the floor, Ener1, are on the ground floor of that transformation.
Now, you might have noticed, folks, that he made a mistake. Instead of saying Ener1, he said Enron1. But that mistake notwithstanding, the fact is he said Americans are waking up. Do you think Americans are waking up, but to the opposite of what he wants?
I think they're waking up to saying this is grossly mismanaged. Look, we'd love to see other alternative energies work, wind and solar and electric cars and natural gas vehicles. They're all important so that we stop sending $129 billion a year to OPEC. But this is not the way you do it. The trouble with earmarks, and the reason why Congress stopped it, is even though many of them were appropriate, and that is the role of Congress to deal with money and deal with appropriations. What we found out in some cases it was being given out for very specific companies, for very specific technologies, for reasons which violated the general purpose.
Well,
now we're seeing the White House
excuse me, Congressman, let me just put a fine point on it. It was given out to people that were friends of the president, that were raising money for the president. I mean, it's like a lot of earmarks, it's given out to the buddies of the politicians that are handling the money.
And that's the reason the Congress said we're stopping this. But what happened here, and even the president said that it should be stopped, but he proceeded to do this. And this is what we have to get to the bottom of in this investigation. This is an extensive pattern. This is a massive loss of taxpayers' money. We're approaching the billion-dollar mark, and quite frankly, this is not the last company that's going to go bankrupt because you see several other companies that are in trouble that didn't have due diligence.
No, including one, by the way, that's a Spanish company, Abengoa, that received billions of our dollars, and it's wedded itself to a technology that's not working. All right, finally, the Department of Energy has put out a statement on this bankruptcy, and it's just extraordinary in what they say because they clearly still don't get it. And I'm going to quote them. While it's unfortunate that Ener1, the parent company, has entered a restructuring process, the investment of private capital demonstrates that the technology has merit. They still see merit in this after another bankruptcy.
Well, the law clearly said they couldn't give out money unless the company could complete the project, pay it back, and, of course, not subordinate the taxpayer. What the Department of Energy is saying is that the ends justify the means. And unfortunately, the means is being pretty mean to taxpayers and saying we're going to waste your money without due diligence and not reviewing whether or not this company can really survive and pay it back. Let's have competition in the market work. We have other ways we can encourage companies to move forward with these technologies, but presidential earmarks is not the way.
Absolutely. Congressman Tim Murphy, good to see you. Have a good weekend. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
You as well.